So first up, you have the Three of Wands. Then you have the Knight of Swords. Then you have the Hermit. Your challenge for the month is the Three of Cups reversed. And what is recommended for you is the Four of Wands. I think there's been something that you've been kind of working on or planning that now you're waiting to see some type of results. I really feel that you put some type of energy into something, and it might have been the start of something different, or you're trying something a little bit new or trying it in a little bit of a different way. And you're kind of like waiting for some of the results to manifest or start taking place. But I think this is you kind of getting out of your comfort zone a little bit. So you're starting this process of maybe stepping outside the box. You know, you might be trying something, seeing how it works, and then you might try it again or do it a little differently. But I definitely think you're waiting for something to kind of start moving forward. But with the Knight of Swords, I think a little bit more towards the middle of the month, you're going to start really moving forward with it. I think whatever it is, you're going to be, this is not necessarily a waiting phase, but this is like, okay, you tried something, now you're seeing, you know, how's it going to work? Like, are there any results? But I feel like you're probably going to be getting some type of results, and whatever's going on, you're going to really mentally commit to it now. I think you're going to be really kind of mentally like 100%, I'm on board here, I'm doing this, I'm getting this done, I'm working this out. So this is really positive. And more towards the end of the month, I think you might have this Hermit energy a little bit. So I think whatever's happening here, because with these two cards, you might be deciding that you need to reflect a little bit. You might have to reflect on the things that you want in life, or whatever this represents for you, whatever the situation is. You may have to kind of go within a little bit and figure out potentially a better way forward, or how it's affecting you, or because to me this is about like withdrawing a little bit, but you're soul searching in a sense. You're withdrawing, but it's like productive withdrawal. It's kind of like you might even be shifting, I don't want to say social circles a little bit, but there might be some type of shift happening within you. And I feel like it's going to be very beneficial. And the Hermit, it's always about, it's soul searching, but it's better for you. You come out better at the end of it. Now, your challenge for the month is this Three of Cups in reverse. Now, to me, this is saying there may be a little bit of disharmony within certain friends group or certain people around you. There might be a little bit of a disharmony. Things are not quite going well. Maybe not, people are not quite on board. You could be doing something a little different and you're very committed to it, and maybe other people don't quite agree with it, and there's some type of disharmony. I feel like, I wonder if this is what's making you go into this Hermit mode as well. Maybe you're starting to see people a little bit for what they are, and you might be deciding to go in a different direction, and their values don't quite align with your values now, or I feel like it's something like that. Maybe somebody's a little shady, or there's something going on where it's not quite on the up and up as far as you feel, and it's causing you to have to really reflect and do a little bit more soul searching as far as what you want out of life or the direction you want to go. But what's recommended for you is the Four of Wands. And this is all about recognizing personal goals, personal milestones, personal achievements. It's about celebration. It's really about having that energy of kind of completing something, even if it's small, and you are recognizing your completion for it, and you feel happy. You know, you feel that satisfaction. You feel like you've completed something, or you achieved something, even if it's small, and you're recognizing it and you're celebrating it. So I think whatever this is, I think it's really going to actually be better for you going forward. But sometimes we have to go through these trenches. So I wonder with this, if there was something going on with a person and now you're looking beyond, because I feel like this energy has been ongoing, like this Three of Cups here. I don't think this is a real, it didn't happen overnight. I think maybe you potentially could be dealing with somebody or a situation that's not quite great. It's not leaving you feeling very satisfied. And I wonder if some of you are now starting to shift gears a little bit and starting to look beyond, like, look, what else is there for me? I think you've kind of started to put some energy into something, and now you're really kind of looking at the bigger picture, and you're looking, okay, I'm waiting for my ships to come in. I'm waiting to see if I get any results, but like I'm still moving forward with this, but you're trying to figure out the next steps, but you're actively kind of moving in a new direction, I would say. And the Knight of Swords to me is like you're really committed to this new direction. You're like, yeah, I got to change stuff. And I think with this Hermit energy, it's like you're really maybe starting to see something or someone for what they are. And with this discord kind of happening through this month, with this kind of energy of the Three of Cups of like something just not jiving right, I think this is causing you to probably either retract from somebody and kind of a little bit more soul searching, or taking time out in a sense to soul search or figure out something better. But I wonder if some of you, if this is like almost like a codependent situation, because I think this here is extremely positive. And I think by the end of the month, kind of starting to reflect and go through this pause, I think this is something to celebrate. I think this is like some type of situation for you where you're kind of moving beyond a negative situation, or you're starting the ball rolling to move beyond something negative. And I think you need to celebrate, because this is recommended for you. So I think this whole process, you need to kind of keep acknowledging if you are shifting out of something that wasn't quite right for you, or you're going in a different direction from some other people or some other things, you need to celebrate that, because I feel like whatever this represents, this Three of Cups, it's not good. It's something that it's not good. They're not in your corner. They're not part of your team. And I think that you are moving forward, and I think you're going to be separating yourself from this. And I think that's excellent. And you have to remind yourself that this is a good thing. Okay, let's see what else the cards have to say for you guys. So first up, we have Wolf Spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. So I really think that this is saying that I kind of feel like with whatever you've experienced with this Three of Cups negative situation in the past, or negative person, or negative whatever this is, I think you've kind of gone through it, and now you're definitely turning that knowledge into the wisdom. Like you're definitely deciding that, this sucks. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to deal with this anymore. It's not good for me. And I think you're starting this process. So I think that's really, really great. So that is definitely good. And I think you're going to, because the Hermit is all about kind of gaining that inner wisdom as well. So that's definitely positive. Now, Flora, find peace within. I think sometimes when we go through these, this disconnect and this disharmony and whatever the situation is, it gives you that inner turmoil. And I think because the Knight of Swords is here, and I think you definitely are moving in a different direction, and I think you're committed to something. But with the Hermit, this is going to say that you are going to make peace with this, because I feel like you're moving forward on something, and I think it's definitely beneficial for you. And I think in your soul, it's good for you, and it's something to celebrate. But with the Hermit, this is going to be your like making peace with it. Sometimes when we have to give something up, or we realize something's not good for us anymore, it's kind of sad in a way. Like, we know it's not good for us anymore. We know we got to change it. We know we can't keep going on with it, but it gives you like that feeling of like, it's almost like a comfort zone that you have to give up. And this guy, he's stepping out of the comfort zone. Like, he's starting the process of like moving beyond his comfort zone. So I think that you're going to have to kind of find peace and find like a new comfort zone. And we have Phantom Quartz here, embrace change. And that's definitely about stepping out of the comfort zone, kind of doing something different, and moving to something that's more productive or more beneficial to you, or it's just better for you. And you have Tourmalized Quartz, get out of your own way. And this is saying don't stop, because the Knight of Swords, he's definitely not in his own way. Like, he's moving. But I think also with the Hermit, he's more of a little bit of slower moving energy, but he's definitely moving. Like he's kind of climbing the stairs to his soul, or kind of trying to figure out, but you don't want to stop that process. Sometimes we have to recognize the little successes we're having, but we have to keep moving. So don't let yourself be blocked by whatever this Three of Cups represents for you. Don't let it block you from gaining enlightenment in a sense, or gaining more personal like respect, or just personal peace or harmony. And then you have separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of future. And I feel like this is really getting into the get out of your own way, because I feel like you're moving towards something a little bit different. And because it's a little bit beyond your comfort zone, there's always that like, oh, what is going to happen type of thing. So sometimes that fear can kind of keep you stuck a little bit. But I think you need to keep celebrating the little successes that you do have every single step of the way, even if it's a tiny success. Celebrate it. Remind yourself why you're doing this, and be thankful and just appreciate the little successes that you did make, because it's going to help you stay on the longer course if you acknowledge those little successes. And I think the sadness, I really feel like you're cutting somebody out potentially. And I think it could kind of make you feel sad, you know? It could be somebody that was in your life for a long time, or a situation that was in your life for a long time, but you know it's not serving you anymore. And wedding rings, a union, wedding, marriage, soul connection, eternal love, and everlasting promise. Now, the Four of Wands could also represent kind of wedding, but to me, I think this wedding rings, it could mean that if you are cutting somebody out, the next person is going to really bring what you want. For some of you, you might be cutting a relationship out that is not good for you. And maybe you do want weddings. You want a wedding. You want somebody that's committed to you. You want somebody that's going to help, be a family with you, or whatever it is. And I think this would be saying that it's recommended that you remind yourself why you're doing this. You remind yourself that, I want this out of my life, and this person is not giving this to me. I'm not getting it from them, and I don't think they're going to ever be at that place. So I think this is you reminding yourself of that situation. So, and I think this is saying that, by moving beyond this, you're going to attract what you really want. So, and I think even if it's not a relationship, if it's a friendship or whatever kind of situation, the wedding rings could be saying that whatever you're moving towards, whatever you're leaving behind wasn't really meant for you, but whatever you're moving towards is going to be a better, more beneficial to you, and it's going to be something that's going to last much longer. So I think that's really great. And you deserve love. You are lovable. And I think this is really great. I really feel for some of you, if this is a friendship or like a relationship, I think that you're not really getting something out of it, but you have to remind yourself that you deserve love. Like, you don't deserve to be treated a certain kind of way. You deserve to be treated as like the fantastic Scorpio that you are. So you deserve love, and you have to remind yourself that, and don't settle. Like, sometimes people are so afraid to be alone. Like, let me tell you something. Like, I used to be kind of scared to be alone or whatever. And then my last relationship, I was like, the hell with this. I'm done. Like, I want to be single. And I've been single for like a very, very long time now. Like, it's way long, but I am not unhappy. I'm actually happier than I've ever been, because what I'm not doing is I'm not putting up with anybody's BS right now. I'm just focused on myself. My mom always is like, oh, you're looking for somebody, because like my mom worries about me. She's kind of old school with certain things. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. And she means well. And would I like to find somebody? Yeah, but I want to find the right somebody. I don't want to waste my time. I'm getting too old at this point. I'm like, I don't want to waste my time. And if I never really find the right somebody, that's okay. I'm okay with that as well. Maybe in my next life. But like, it's just, I'm at the point where I'm not settling. Like, you got to come correct, because, I don't have time for the BS. And a lot of people, they want, they have like a lot of BS. And I'm not here to fix anybody, I always tell my friend, I always use this phrase, it's like, you're not Captain Fix a Hoe, or you're not Captain Save a Hoe. And that's how sometimes you have to have the attitude. You have to kind of come at it like you're trying to help this person. Maybe this person is like a sinking ship and you're trying to like help them, but they're just a mess. And sometimes you can't fix people. Sometimes you can't change people. I think people can go through like an enlightened state. They can kind of maybe better themselves, but some people are just who they are and they just never realize. And that's just the way it is. And you have a choice that you either can stay on that ship and sink with them, or you can get on your own boat and start commanding your own damn ship. And that's what I did. And I'm like, I am not getting on these people's boat. Like, I am on my own ship. Next relationship, if I have a next relationship, they could get on my ship as well. But I am not sinking with these idiots any further. Like, sometimes you have to have that. You got to be like that. So, but don't be afraid to stand on your own. I think a lot of people are afraid to be independent. They don't know how to start. They don't know how to do it. And it is scary, but at the end of the day, sometimes it's exactly what you need. Because sometimes when you're not dealing with somebody else, you realize your worth. Because you go through all these things by yourself. You have to figure out all this stuff by yourself. So it kind of gives you like, you know what? I did all this by myself. It makes you realize like, your self-worth heightens because you've had to troubleshoot all this mess. You've had to do all this stuff by yourself. So it's like, why are you going to now settle for somebody that doesn't have it together? You know, you had to have your stuff together to get to where you needed to go or to have the life that you have or to gain what you've had. And now you're going to just waste your time on somebody that's just a disaster? No. Oh, no. Oh, no. So don't be scared to be alone. Sometimes it's exactly what you may need to kind of grow the set of balls that you need. And that's the way it is. Okay, let's see what positive quote we get for you. Cry, forgive, learn, move on. Let your tears water the seeds of your future happiness. So for some of you, this is a sad ending in a sense. I feel like, I don't necessarily know, I don't think you're like necessarily like cutting this person out, but I think you're starting the process this month of like starting to move in a new direction, starting to kind of assess your feelings of it and starting to realize that you deserve something else. So you might not necessarily be cutting them out 100%, but you're starting that like that seed of like, okay, you know, this didn't work out or it's not working or it's time to maybe start sailing in a new direction. So sometimes you need to have a good cry, but you need to kind of just remember that you're not dead yet. Whatever this was, you know, there's more fish in the sea. And sometimes you just have to kind of try something different. Okay, let's see what affirmation we get for you. Today I move forward. Today I see each obstacle as an opportunity to learn and grow. And I think that's extremely important because I think you are moving forward. And I think sometimes, like, for instance, on this card of the Hermit, he has, like, the zombies behind him trying to pull him back. But this guy's not having it. He's like, no, I ain't going backwards. I'm going up these stairs. So I think sometimes when people kind of feel that you're changing or you're making changes or you may be kind of moving past them or beyond them in a sense, they might be trying to do things that kind of hold you back or pull you back into their mess. But I think you need to remind yourself that celebrate your little successes. Like if this is somebody that it was a codependent relationship or something that kind of really sucked you in, every day that you're not putting up with the BS or you're making new decisions regarding their BS is a win for you. Like if you've always done certain things for somebody, but then one day you wake up and be like, okay, no, they're asking for that certain thing today. I'm not doing it today. I have other things to do. Like I got to go wash my hair or something. That's a win for you because that's the first step in you changing that behavior, changing that pattern, and changing that habit. So you might have to tell yourself every day that, you know, you're moving forward and it's not always going to be easy. And there's going to be times that you're going to feel sad and everything, but ultimately it's for your betterment. Okay, and let's see what Bob Ross has to say for you guys. Now then, let's wash the old brush. That's the fun part of this, the whole technique. Okay, let me reread that. I'm screwing it up. Now then, I screwed it up again. Sorry. Now then, let's wash the old brush. That's the fun part of this whole technique. Okay, shake off the excess and just beat the devil out of it. Now, this is so fitting for this reading because this is saying that whatever Three of Cups, murky, muddy BS that has been going on, you need to wash it out of your life. You know, you had this old brush, it got dirty, it's all like screwed up looking, it looks like a mess. And now you can wash it. Like the Hermit to me is almost like you washing yourself as well in a way, because the Knight of Swords, he's moving in a new direction. So he's full on committed to something. But the Hermit is now that internal soul searching, that emotional moving on as well. And I think you're definitely going to be moving forward. You're washing the old residue of this mess off of you. And sometimes you just have to really scrub it off and just beat the devil out of it. And that doesn't mean like beat the devil out of the person. That's not what it is. But mentally, you might have to, if somebody's kind of like a certain kind of way, you might mentally have to be like, I am not dealing with this. This is done. So I think that's super positive. Okay, now let's see what Spirit of the Dish will be with you this month. You have the Spirit of the Constant, which is the Spirit of the Bacon. And this is a beautiful spirit. So that's it. That. Okay. Now, for your dinner and a movie, you have comedy films and Italian food. For the energies that you either need to be aware of or tap into, you have Libra, and this is all about kind of balance. It's about love, money, and powers of attractions, but it's also about having that kind of balance. So you might need to bring some balance to you. And you also have Sagittarius, and this is about expansion and good fortune. And they're like a little bit, I see them as free sign a little bit. They're like willing to try different things. They're not really restricted. They're just kind of just willing to just be free. And I think, and experience things freely. So I think that's definitely important. You have the Sun, which is about ego, individuality, and confidence. And then you have the North Node, which is about destiny. You have the 6th house, which represents health, details, order, work, and structure. And then you have the 10th house, which represents social status, career aspirations. And any kind of aspirations, anything that you want, your dreams and everything. So you also have number 1 here. So that means that the special guest that'll be answering your questions today, Scorpios, will be the Magic 8 Ball. So think of those questions and he'll be out here shortly. You have R, B, S, P, H, M, E, R, 7576. And you have faith. And I think sometimes when you're moving in a different direction, you just have to have faith, and you have to have faith that you're going to figure it out and it's going to be much better for you. So I think that's really amazing. Okay, so let's see what little charmy we get for you. And you have, so you had like these 3 and the bunny was kind of jumping out. So I'm going to take all these guys. I feel like the diamonds are created under pressure. So I think even though you might have gone through like a pressure type of situation or something a little bit stressful, I think you're going to come out of it shiny and like a diamond, the diamond that you are. So I think don't think that your shine and your like diamondness is going to just go away. And they're a very hard stone. So I think that's saying that, you know, you have what you need to get through this, and you're going to get through this really successfully, and you are a diamond. So just like let your sparkle shine. Now you have the binoculars, and to me this is saying that you need to look forward. Like you need to not look in the past, but you need to look forward, and you might even need to kind of hone in on a specific area or specific thing that you want out of your life, like a specific goal, and just focus on that. And just remind yourself constantly that that's what you want. So if you're starting to get pulled back into this mess or whatever this represents for you, that you're like, no, this is not aligning with what I want. I'm staying focused. I'm here focused. I got my binoculars on. I want happiness. I want a good relationship. I want a good whatever it is, good friendships, good whatever. And I'm focusing on that. So that's excellent. And now you have the professional bunny rabbit. So this is saying that sometimes you got to fake it till you make it, because without this jacket, this guy is just an average bunny rabbit. but he put this jacket and this bow tie on, and now he's a professional bunny rabbit. So there's a big difference, okay? So sometimes you just got to come and you have to be in that energy. I think I knocked something. I don't know what I did. Anyway, you have to be in that energy of kind of, how did I do that? What did I do? I don't know what's going on now. It's all gone to hell. Anyway, so you have to just be in that energy of, I can do this. I am able to do this. And sometimes you just have to fake it till you make it. So sometimes if you look a certain kind of way, it kind of gives that aura that you are a certain type of thing or whatever, even if you've not quite achieved that, but just fake it till you make it. Okay, now it is time. Here he is. Think of those questions, Scorpios, and let us ask. Oh, mystical, magical 8-ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the world. What is the answer to Scorpio's question? It says, it is certain. The 8-ball has spoken. I hope you all have a wonderful month, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.